Heavyweight boxing fans, the deal. Wait for a few of you boxing fans to show up in this chat. Got done watching this Dillian Whyte and Parker, the weigh-in. Got done watching this weigh-in, man, and wow. Dillian Whyte is doing his hardest to try to bully Joseph Parker, man. He was just all up in his grill. Now, the fight's Saturday, all right? So everything that's going on right now, we'll see how much it matters on Saturday, all right? But Dillian Whyte throughout this whole promotion with Parker, man, has been just called him a coward when they did the gloves are off. Although he said he respected him, but he was calling him a coward. Um, Yesterday, when they did the face off, and when Dillian Whyte had his black Nike gloves on, he pat him on his cheek. He was patting him on his cheek. And then today with the weigh-in, I mean, he literally had his nose touching all up in Parker's face. Parker, from what I've seen, looked like he didn't take a step back from the camera angle that I saw. But you can tell he was kind of uncomfortable, like looking at him. But he didn't really back up. I think Whyte was the first one to break the stare, but Parker kind of stood there. But it just looked very awkward, man. I'm watching the Sky Sports 40-minute version right now. The clips I seen earlier were just like they were like waist up, so I couldn't see every single um, view of what was going on. But really don't have to see much. I know what Dillian White's up to. He's kind of trying to do these little jailhouse tactics. You know what I mean? Invade your space, get so close in your face to where you either have to react or you're going to stand there and just accept it in front of everybody. Those types of things. You know what I mean? Um, but it's going to be an interesting fight. Uh, the weight. Now, I told you guys, when you guys go on BoxRec, you can look this up. Dillian Whyte has this thing where he's been kind of like since 2014, where he'll come in at 245 or 246, somewhere in there. And then the next fight, he'll be like 253, 254. Then he'll go to 247 again, and then he'll jump back up to 255. All right. So, yesterday, as I was saying, if he keeps that up, that same pattern, this fight, he'll come in back in the 245 range. I was wrong. He broke the pattern. Now he weighs more than he did against Lucas Brown. He was 259. And yesterday, I forgot to bring this up in the video that I made about Parker and Whyte. Um, that's what happens sometimes when you freestyle, man. You kind of forget talking points that you want to go over. But I kept saying he's a big dude. White's a big dude, but I forgot to further explain myself. Yes, he is a big, strong. He does a lot of weightlifting, but that shit can hold you back, lifting all these weights. Every time I see him on Instagram, he's in shape. But there's two different types of in shapes. He's like muscle bound in shape, like lifting weights. He's working on his legs, all this weightlifting. It's like, and I believe he does cardio. I see him ride his bike, and he does that little rowing machine. I've seen him on that. I've seen him take runs, but I'm not getting this late 70s, 1980s wrestler physique. You know the wrestler physique from those days, right? The big arms, the big shoulders, big forearms, big leg muscles, and a gut. He's getting that look going on. So somebody in the comment section of that video, because I was saying that I would favor Parker's stamina over Whyte, and they were like, well, you know, he went 12 rounds throwing bombs with Chisora, so his stamina's not in question. I'm scratching my head like, okay, well, now he's coming in at 259. For the Chisora fight, he was like 246. This 13 more pounds, man. Like, that shit matters, man. This isn't, that shit like that matters as an athlete. You guys been an athlete at the collegiate level, maybe pro in some field, you know that 13 pounds matter, man. And it wasn't like, and he's 30 now. I think he is exactly 30 years old. So the shit starts to matter a little bit, man. Just being muscle bound like this. I don't think, now again, it depends what type of fight he has with Parker. If they're really not doing much, then yeah, he'll go to full 12. But if they get the rumbling and it's a battle of attrition, you better hope he get a knockout. Because I just don't see how being 259 helps him. I don't see how that helps him. Now, is he in shape? Does he have big, strong arms? And yeah, but I don't know about the gut. I mean, now when I say gut, I'm not saying it's hanging over his trunk. I'm not saying that, but 259 is very fucking heavy, man. A lot of weightlifting going on. Is it going to hinder his flexibility? You get what I'm saying here? So we'll see on Saturday. All this shit can mean he can go in there and probably knock Parker out in the fourth round. But I'm really picking Parker. And it's still 50-50, but now I feel more comfortable with my pick of Parker. Parker came in at 242, 6 pounds heavier than AJ. I thought the 236 for AJ was really light. But when he fought against Takam and Fury and Ruiz, he was around that 245, around this range. So this is normal for him. But 259 really made me scratch my head with Dillian Whyte. It really did, man. But we'll see. You know what I mean? We will see. Chisora came in at 249. Um, he's been lighter. Pulev he was 241. The Whyte fight, when they had that battle, he was 250. Caballero, he's around 255. So that gives you an idea. Chisora, 249 looks good on him. He's gonna be ready to go. And he was back to his Del Boy ways, right? He had the he had the ball cap on. Did he have some Cartiers on? He had some shades on. The bandana around the face, ready to ride on his enemies, a la Tupac, right? Had his middle fingers up, doing his Del Boy thing, and Takam just looked cool, calm, and collected. You know what I mean? Just staring at him. Takam's in excellent shape. I mean, dude's in excellent shape, man. So that's gonna be a really good fight. I think Takam is going to do a cleaner version. I think he's going to do a cleaner version of what Caballero was able to do with Chisora. A lot of people thought that Chisora won that fight, and what I mean by just a cleaner version is moving, punching in combinations, making Chisora miss, fight when you need to, make him follow you when you need him to follow you, catch him on the way in. Better defense, just be the sharper athlete, and I think that's what's going to happen. Chisora's best bet is to go out there and go balls to the wall, man. Just try to force Takam into a fight. Cut the ring off, make him fight. That's his best chance to win this, all right? So it is definitely the night of the heavyweights, man. Out of the 4 fights that's going to take place, I know 3 of them are taking place on this card, right? You got Parker, Whyte, you got Chisora, Takam, and then you got Nick Webb versus David Allen, all right? That's not a high-profile fight, but if you're a heavyweight fan, domestically in the UK, I like that. I like seeing Nick Webb on the card, and we know Dave Allen is a tough guy, you know what I mean? And then you got Ortiz and Cajano that's taking place on the Easter Junior Garcia card. Out of those 4 fights, those 8 guys, 4 of those guys fought in championship fights their last fight. Parker, the unification fight with Joshua. Takam, his last fight was against Joshua. Then you got Ortiz, his last fight was against Wilder, and you got Cajano. The last time he was in the ring was when he got the title opportunity against Parker. All right, so see what you guys talking about in the chat. 22 people here. Please hit that like button. See who's in the house. David Watson, he says, hey, looking forward to this. Hell yeah, man. NBT Boxing, what's good, man? Miss Boxing Fanatic, happy Friday. Yes, indeed. BJ London says, you good, bro? Yeah, I'm great, man. That's the bad guy, right? Yeah, what's up? I see you change your name to BG London, okay? NBT Boxing says, Saturday for me, Miss Boxing Fanatic. You living longer than me. Happy Friday to you, though. Tone Bangers was good, bro. Good. Always good to see you in the building, man. Be easy. What's good, man? He says, what's good, Mr. Boxing? I got Parker getting in that ass this weekend. Pause. SJ Woods says, yes, bro. So, yeah, man, this 259, like I said, I'm not going to be long on here, but, yeah, that 259, and that's what I didn't get to on the last video. Like I said, you guys are just joining. I didn't get to go over because in the last video, I kept saying that Whyte's a big guy, and I forgot to fill you guys in as why I think this can hinder him and all his weightlifting that he does. And he never misses a meal. Whyte trains, he eats like a heavyweight because he always showing what he's, what his meals on Instagram. Brown looked like an all-star against Brown because Brown was there to be hit. Brown was really out of shape, had a tire around his waist, there to be hit, hands down just enough to get caught with something. This is a different animal that's in front of Dillian Whyte. He's going to go in there and try to bully Joseph Parker. He's been doing it, like I said, up until right now when he was just in his face in the weigh-in. He's gonna go in there and walk him down in the ring. He's gonna show him no respect, and I think he's gonna get him in trouble. I really do. I can see him getting countered, beat to the punch, getting frustrated by because Whyte is going. I mean, Parker is going to move. I know he said he's coming to hurt people and he's going to be more aggressive, and I think he will be more aggressive in certain spots. I don't think he's going to come out there and just come out there like Joe Frazier. If he does, shit, hey, let it rip. You know what I mean? I'm all for that. But I think he'll do it in spots. He'll fight in spots, and I think he'll be more aggressive than he was. But that doesn't necessarily mean come out and be smoking Joe Frazier in the first round. I don't think that. Um, I think I think this 259 is going to hurt Dillian Whyte, man. The Wonderful Life of Bob J says Parker looked like shit to me. Okay. Teddy Blythewood says Brown looked absolutely awful. I've never been impressed with that dude. I always thought he just had, just some heavy hands, just a big guy with some heavy hands. I was never blown off the charts by Brown's boxing ability. He wasn't the quickest guy or had the fastest hands. He showed heart in the Chagayev fight. I know he had a nice right hand, just a big guy with some heavy hands. But rather than that, I never viewed him as top 5, or I would have favored him over, the top heavyweights. I thought he was a guy that somebody need to fight him and take his O away just so they could have him on the resume. Like, hey, I beat Lucas Brown. You know what I mean? I took that 0 away from him. And I follow him on Instagram. I follow down there all these heavyweights, man, just to keep updated on, if they're training, do they got upcoming fights, so on and so forth. I did see Lucas Brown training, and I believe he has a fight coming up. Miss Boxing Fanatic is talking to the bad guy. She says, not sure Whyte is one-dimensional, but he has power. I have to think about it a little more. George Rodriguez was good, man. Just talking about this night of heavyweights, man. I cannot wait for this, man. 3 really good fights and 1 fight between Webb and Allen that I just want to see. Ortiz Canjano is, I'm gonna say, really good, but I'm just anticipating seeing Luis Ortiz back in the ring. You know what I mean? But so I'll say 2 really good fights. Chisora and Takam is a good fight to me, and Parker and Whyte. You know what I mean? But just me as a heavyweight fan, I wish there was 16 fights like this on Saturday. Man, Poby was good, man. He says what's good, fam. Chilling, man. Not gonna be in here too long. See what y'all talking about. See y'all going back and forth with each other. BG London says Parker looks heavy. I've seen him more ripped. Yeah, around that gut area. But if like I was saying though, if you look at the AJ fight, he was 236. He came in at 242 for this one. But the Takam Fury Ruiz Jr. fight, if I'm wrong, correct me please. I think he was around the 245 mark. He was around that. He never was a guy that I've seen have ripped up 6-pack. You know what I mean? Neither is Whyte, but people thinking that you're going to see the same guy with the same stamina in the Chisora fight, 246 pounds, and now he's I don't get how adding 13 pounds is going to help you have better stamina. I just don't see how that works. Not saying that you saying that, but I see a lot of fans telling me that I'm questioning the wrong thing, and that's Whyte's stamina. Now he's coming in at 259 now. And you can't really count the Brown fight because Brown wasn't doing anything to test his stamina. That was a down. And it's a difference when you're fighting downhill. When you're the aggressor, you're landing the big bombs, you're backing the other guy up. You're fighting downhill. That's easy street. I'm talking about when you're getting backed up. You got to take a few. You got to, you took a few body shots. You got to give some, take some, roll and bend and grab and, battle of attrition. When it gets to that point, how is this going to hold up? But Parker has to force that type of fight, though, man. Lazarus says, have to say heavyweight boxing in England is in England right now. Every heavyweight card right now is over there. Well, they got some good fights. I won't necessarily say it's in England. I mean, yeah, those two good fights are happening in England. But I'm not with all that. The heavyweight division is it belongs. I mean, you got a guy over there, Anthony Joshua, who has 3 of the 4 major titles. You got a guy over here in Deontay Wilder who has a WBC strap, knocked everybody out. We got some good contenders, up and coming guys. If you follow the division that close, I'm not talking about just following the top 10. I'm talking about actually following like. See, I'm crazy with it, man. I follow 1 through like 200. You know what I mean? So there's decent to good fighters all over the world. You know what I mean? But there are a lot of European fighters that are making their home base in the UK, which you should. It's the closest to you, you should make it there. Or if you don't want to do it there, you come to the US. You know what I mean? But yeah, the UK got some good heavyweights. You got Tyson Fury. I want to see him more active and back in shape. You got his cousin Huey. Obviously, you got Anthony Joshua. You got Dillian Whyte. You got some good up and coming guys. Daniel Dubois. You got Nick Webb. You got Nathan Gorman. And I can say the same about the U.S. So over here you got Dominic Brazil. You got Konowski. You got Jarrell Miller. Like I said, Deontay Wilder. You got some good prospects. Jermaine Frank. I mean, I can go all day with the name drops. You know what I mean? So. Brooklyn Child Boxing Talk. What's good, homie? I appreciate that, man. He says, thanks for you shouting me out on your last live stream. Well, shouting you out again. You guys go subscribe to my man, Brooklyn Child Boxing Talk. Good to have you in the building, man. George Rodriguez says, yo, the UK's got a great foothold and adds great depth and quality along quality alongside the US as equals. Yeah, And when we get that big one, and y'all know which one I'm talking about, whether you hate it, whether you love it, whether you don't want to talk about it, or you know which one I'm talking about. If both of those guys, I ain't got to say their names because y'all know, if both of those guys win and keep winning, once you pair them up, then I can say, okay, we leading the way right now, or they're leading the way right now. You know what I'm saying? They got to fight first. I don't give a damn who has more of the titles. You know who has to fight. And then you could throw Tyson Fury in there as well, but he has to show me something, man. We just can't keep living off 2015 now, bro. That's 3 damn years ago. You know what I'm saying? That's a person can get through college in 3 years, man. I mean, shit, dude, you got to show us something. And beating Sefer Safiri isn't it. You know what I mean? You got to show us that you still got it, man. You got to show us you still got it. Teddy Blackwood said Price fighting again this fast. Yeah, I thought I heard something about him fighting in Australia. Am I off by that? I thought I seen on BoxRec he was scheduled to fight in Australia against good old TBA. Somebody says the fight is off. The Price fight? Okay, so I guess Price isn't fighting against TBA. Another victory for TBA. All right, let me see. Teddy Blackwood says Takam will get a UD. I liked his head movement, and he had good feet. He just didn't have the power to stop Joshua from coming forward. I agree with that. I've said before, man, Takam can look like let me say this, a poor man's version, okay? Poor man's version of James Toney when Toney was at heavyweight sometimes. Really in the Povetkin fight is when I really saw that. I remember doing the post fight. I was like, man, he looked like a poor man's version of James Toney. Just his ability to counter, box, move a little bit with his feet, make you miss. While he's making you miss, he's coming back with left hooks and uppercuts, trying to pick his spots. Kind of reminding me of like what James was doing, like against, in some of his fights at heavyweight. That was actually a damn good fight, Takam versus Povetkin too. That was a really good fight. All right, I'm gonna take a few more questions, y'all. I'm gonna hop off of here, and when Ortiz does his weigh in with Cajon a little bit later, I'm gonna hop back on and talk about that as well. Curious to see how much Ortiz comes back. Now, for what I'm hearing from his camp, when I heard the interview yesterday, his translator said that or his trainer actually was saying it was his trainer that was translating him, but it was his trainer that said that Ortiz is a gym rat. He's always been like that since they've been working together for the last 6 years. He said after the Wilder fight, literally within that next week, he was back in the gym, and he's been in the gym ever since. All right. Now, was he in full blown training camp mode when he was in the gym? I don't think he was. I don't know for sure, but I think he was just, coming to the gym, hitting the bag, at least getting good hour workout or something like that. And then once they figured out when they'll be back in the ring, I'm sure they turned up the training camp. All right. Or I could be wrong. Maybe he has been in full blown training camp mode, since that week after the fight. But his trainer said he's been in the gym. All right. So if that's correct, he shouldn't be coming in 15 pounds heavier. Because guys say that type of shit. I've been in the gym the whole time, and then 3 months go by, they're 10 pounds heavier, 15 pounds heavier. And then, I'm in the best shape of my life, and then they have a shitty performance. I didn't have proper time to train. So fighters love doing that type of shit, man. Miss Boxing Fanatic says, what do you think about Nkosi Solomon? Good prospect. Yeah, I put up a video on him. He actually hit me up on Instagram, man, and said he thought the video was dope. I just edited some of his clips and put them together on the video. I know he won the New York Golden Gloves twice. He was the #1 rated super heavyweight in the country for a while there. He's a former football player, American football player. From what I was hearing, he got offered a scholarship to Penn State. For whatever reason, he didn't take that route, didn't do it, and he got into boxing. Quick, tall, lean guy. Quick, tall, and lean. He's about 6'6". Although I've seen pictures with him standing next to Joshua, he looked like 2 inches shorter than AJ. But then I seen a picture of him standing to Jarrell Miller, and he looked 3 inches taller than Jarrell Miller. And Jarrell Miller's listed at 6'4". You know what I mean? So 6'5", 6'6", however tall he is, looks pretty quick, has quick feet. Right hand seems to be pretty decent from the amateur fights that I've seen. Throws and combinations. He looks like, if I'm a trainer, he definitely looks like somebody that we can work with. You know what I mean? So I do like his talent. The kid has talent. Now, the heart at this level, the chin at this level, or when you turn pro, that's in question until we see more. But I do like his skill set. I do like his athleticism. Like that he has a long reach. Likes to put, again, it's amateurs, and some of those guys, he had the height and reach. Looked like he was looked to be in better condition than some of those guys that he was fighting. He was putting together his hands well, all right? But I like him as a prospect. Straight out of Brooklyn, too. Man, Brooklyn is like they just breed heavyweights, man. God damn. Just throughout the history of the sport, there's been so many legendary heavyweights from Brooklyn. And ironic, he trains with, he actually has a picture on his Instagram. He spars a lot of rounds with Adam Konowski and Jarrell Miller, who are also from Brooklyn. Oh, yeah, somebody just brought this up. I wanted to talk about this as well. I see it. I'm going to get to the other questions, but I see Rayhan Mia asked me, what do you think about Joyce training with Abel Sanchez? And I know a lot of people I'm sub to, boy, they be getting on Abel Sanchez. But I do think he is a good trainer. He is a guy that can teach you the fundamentals. It depends on who he's working with too. A lot of fighters, man, their styles, you have to cater to their style sometimes. You can't just take a fighter and say, no, this is going to be your style. You got to cater to what they do. But he does get people in great shape up there in Big Bear with the running and the sparring, because you always get good sparring up there. You're running in the hills and all that type of thing. So he will get him in condition. At this point of Joyce's career, he's over 30. So we tend to look at him as a prospect, but this dude's over 30 years old. This is a grown-ass man. This ain't some 21-year-old kid. This is a grown-ass man. Got the silver in the Olympics. Has a plethora of amateur boxing experience, World Series of boxing experience without the headgear. You know what I mean? So we'll see what it looks like. But Joyce did tell Nick Webb he gets past Dave Allen that he wants to fight him on the Joshua versus Povetkin undercard. So I'm expecting Nick Webb to get past Dave Allen and him and Joyce to fight on the what's that? It's going to take place in September. You know what I mean? So because a lot of us thought that it was going to be Joyce versus Webb on this card, but then Joyce, he wasn't with that trainer no more. Now he hooked up with Abel Sanchez. All right, Andy Ruiz Jr. I'm not sure if he still with Abel. I know he was with Abel going into the Ruiz fight, and I thought Abel was able to get him into decent shape. You know what I mean? So we'll see. I thought I saw a coach. Yes, I did. What's good, coach? Y'all go sub the coach, man. Coach Sheldon Harrison, man. Combat Sports. Wool Bag, what's good, man? He says, is FA a Jagba versus Daniel Dubois the fight of the future? It could be, man. It could be. The Jagba has a lethal right hand, and Dubois seems to have some good power, too. It could be, yo. There's a lot of prospects, man. A lot of good ones. If you guys are interested, go to my playlist, my heavyweight prospects. I've covered about 90 heavyweight prospects. Yes, 90 of them. Not 9, 90. It's a lot of damn prospects, yo. There's some goodies. Now, there's some that, I just covered them because they're, 8-0, 9-0, just giving them some coverage because you never know, man. But then there are some really good ones that stand out, and Dubois and the Jagba are the ones that stand out to me. Let's see. Tone Banger says, me and you are the same, Mr. Boxing Today, too. George Arias, Trevor Bryan, Cassius Chaney, Trey P. Morrison, Oscar Rivas, Adam Konowski. Yeah, man, the list can go on and on, too. BJ London says, Takam has great genetics. You can tell by his muscle mass. Yeah, that motherfucker's ripped, man. He looked like a damn action figure, yo. Like, that motherfucker looked like an action figure. But that don't always translate to mean you're going to win a fight. But as far as, like you said, the genetics, like, that motherfucker is ripped, man. Jordan Walker says, I think Takam versus Chisora will be a real tear up. Picking Takam by UD in a proper war. Whyte versus Parker is a pit harder to pick. Easy to pick Parker on pedigree, but Whyte has dog in him. Another war. Yeah, he has dog. He does. He does. But my thing about that is what happens when that dog gets a little bit tired, though. Whyte has shown me when he gets tired, he will fight back. That can be a gift and a curse. You can fight back to keep the motherfucker off you, or you can fight back and you're just throwing wild punches and you're leaving yourself open to be countered if the other guy can take advantage of you being tired. But when he gets tired, he fights. He doesn't fold. I got to give him respect for that. But will he get exposed this time? Will he get picked apart? Will that work against him? We will see Saturday. All these questions going to get answered. That's what I love about this. This isn't fantasy. It's going to get answered on Saturday, man. Oh, my. Tony Banger says Joe Joyce looked like Michael Jackson on steroids. You crazy, bro. Yo, now that I think he damn do look like him. Especially like when he was in Thriller. He definitely looked like him when he was in Thriller, man. Read a few more here. Rayhan Mia says, what do you think about Martin Bakoli Ilunga? I like him, man. I've done videos on him as well. I like him. Big dude from the Congo. You know what I mean? His brother was a cruiser. I like his left hook to the body. He's a big dude. He's aggressive. His last fight, forgot the guy's name that he fought, but I thought it was impressive. He landed a kind of a back foot left hook that hurt the guy. So that I know that was a really small thing, but you usually don't see big guys stepping back and then throwing hooks, those type of things. Nowadays, you got a lot of jab, jab, right hand, jab, jab, right hand, jab, right hand, jab, right hand, left hook. Jab. A lot of these guys punch in 1, 2s, and 3s. Long gone are the days, not every fight, all right? There are fights where guys throw combinations, but in the 80s and 90s, in my opinion, and in the 70s, shit, probably and in the 60s, guys were punching more, throwing 5, 6, and 7s. Throwing five. Okay, Israel going on. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm watching the weigh-in. I'm watching the Sky Sports version, like the whole telecast, like the 40-minute thing. And I see Israel Gono is with Joseph Parker. That's another guy, Israel Gono. So hopefully, man, a Gono. Some of these dudes need to take the social media. They need to take the Shannon Briggs route, because some of these dudes, man, are just sitting, just waiting for fights. Man, take the social media and call people out, man. You don't have to be disrespectful about it, but use this era for what it is, man. Like, call motherfuckers out every day if you have to. Because some of these dudes are just sitting and just waiting for fights to fall in their lap, man. So, I'm not expecting Issue to go out, to be in the UK acting a damn fool, but talk to the media, call some people out, man. Call out the winner out of Takam and Chisora or something. Shit, call out Nick Webb, or if he beats Allen or something, man. Joyce there, call him out. Because that fight with Brazil was like, that was the same year Klitschko and Joshua, so it kind of got overlooked. But tell you the truth, man, truth be told, shit, that was a fight of the year candidate in my opinion as well. Brazil versus Agono, that was a slugfest. You know what I mean? And he came back and he fought what's my man's name? What's the dude that goes lefty to righty all fight? Oh, it's gonna piss me off, man. But he fought him in his last fight, and the dude pretty much quit. Damn, what's the dude's name, man? The dude that Amir Mansour knocked out cold. I thought he beat Dominic Brazil. I thought he beat Chris Arreola, and I'm forgetting his name. Let me see if y'all can help me out. Fred Cassie. Nobody said it, but Fred Cassie. And that shit didn't even last, man. Cassie quit, and is you need to be back in the ring, yo. Yep, Tone Bangers. It was Fred Cassie. All right, I'm gonna read a few more. I know I keep saying that, but I'm literally gonna read a few more, and I'm gonna hop off this. Tone Bangers brought up Tom Schwartz Jr. 5, Daniel Dubois. Yep, more prospects. Carl J. He says yourself and Hatman are by far the best two boxing channels on YouTube. Big up from the UK. Hey man, I appreciate you having me in the top two, man. I appreciate that. George Rodriguez says, personally, I think Abel is a very bad match for Joyce. My perception of Sanchez is that he forces his style on those fighters. I like what Salas implemented into his game. Okay. Let me see here. George Rodriguez also says, yeah, I'm liking the look of Martin Bacole, who has a good background. I'd favor him versus someone like Dubois, who is still a little green. That'd be a really good matchup. It would not surprise me if he was to catch Dubois and drop him. Some big dudes in there with some heavy hands, man, at the very least. Jordan Walker says, I agree with your thoughts. Actually think exhaustion will play a major role in the outcomes of both Takam Chisora and Whyte versus Parker. I do as well, man. BJ London says, Ugono was a beast against Brazil. Yes, he went in there and fought a really good fight. It was a damn good matchup. Rayhan Mia says Nathan Gorman is going to be a good one. He's a good body puncher. He has Ricky Hatton training him. Ricky Hatton at the least is going to train you how to go to that body. But I do like his dedication to the body. He throws really good combinations. He really bends down and puts some, he turns into them damn left hooks to the body and right uppercuts. Good body puncher. It's just, will he be one of those guys that is he going to have to take a few to get inside, or will he be able to move his head effectively on the outside, work his own jab, and then get in and go to work? Because we know in boxing sometimes you can be the best body puncher in the world, but sometimes dedicated body punchers take a lot of punishment before they can get on the inside. So to me, the key with him, and Ricky Hatton's the former champion, so I'm sure he knows what to do. But teach that kid how to move his head, work his way on the inside with his own jab, and work on getting in there in certain angles. Haddon used to do it as well too, but sometimes you get in there with a master class boxer. Doesn't matter how much you move your head. Sometimes a jab can kill all that. A jab and a proper footwork can kill all that. You know what I mean? But we'll see how his career pans out though. Tone Banger says, whatever happened to Otto Waller? Last I heard of Wallen, he fought Adrian Granat, which I thought both of those they should have fought when they're undefeated. It would have been better, but they end up fighting after Granat had the shocking loss to Dimitrenko. Dimitrenko's getting ready to fight Brian Jennings. But out of Wallen, last I checked, is moving up in all the rankings. Somebody pull up the rankings if you got it real quick. Go to Fight News or something, man. Pull up the rankings or Boxer Scene or something. He's moving up in the ranks. Still undefeated, southpaw. I know he always in training camps. I know he's been in the AJ training camp. He's been in a few training camps. So we'll see what Wallen's able to do. I'm thinking he should fight somebody like Tom Schwartz, somebody like that. But shit, man, he keeps moving up. He's gonna be fighting an eliminator match sooner or later here. James Coleman, what's good, bro? Always good to see you, man. All right, y'all. I'm about to watch the rest of this little. Okay, before I get off, now this is Dillian Whyte. Okay, now I get to see the full view of Dillian Whyte Parker when they went face to face for the win. I see Dillian Whyte rocking a little, colored his beard up a little bit. I see. What is that? It was a gold. I think he has like a gold beard. But yeah, from the photo I seen though, I think I seen a fight night or not fight night, but fight hype clip. It was short, like 30 seconds, where they were face to face. Now this version I haven't seen this one, where it's the Sky Sports version. But the picture I seen, he was all up in Parker's grill, man. You just joining me, like I said, it's almost like jailhouse tactics. You know what I mean? Just all up invading this man's space, kind of putting him in a situation where it's like, you gonna let me just invade your space in front of everybody like this, or you gonna do something about it? Parker, man, this is his demeanor. Like, and I said this in another video. You could probably spit in this dude's face and he'll just wipe it off and just say, "Hey, well, we'll wait till Saturday." He's way more patient than me, man. Way more. And I'm a laid back dude, man. But fuck all that, man. I'm not trying to mess the fight up for us not to fight in the ring and make money. But at the same time, you're gonna respect some up in here, man. You ain't about to just have your way with me. Fuck the rules, man. Like, you gonna my rule is you're not gonna get in my face like that. I got rules too. You know what I mean? That you're gonna abide by. I don't know. That's just me, man. But it's gonna get taken care of on Saturday. Now they about to go face to face. They both got on tennis shoes, so yeah, Parker is a little bit taller than Dillian Whyte. They list them both as 6'4", but Parker looked like he may be like a half inch taller. Whyte has the longer arms. He's 78-inch reach from what I know, and Parker's 76. Yeah, they nose to nose. Yeah, now Dillian Whyte is. Yeah, you can tell he's trying to press in Parker's face. Parker kind of moved away a little bit. Not took a step back, but just moved his head away. Then he kind of went nose to nose with Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte was the first one to walk away from the stare down. So I think Parker just more waiting for fight night. And I don't think these bully tactics going to work. I really don't. I think Parker's smiling about this shit. Because, hey, man, you can be just as vicious and just as aggressive as the other person, showed in different ways. Evander Holyfield was like that too. You know what I mean? He was like that too, man, where he'll just kind of smile. He won't let dudes just disrespect, but he'll kind of smile and just, okay. I remember Mike Tyson was saying that in the 30 for 30 chasing Tyson. If you guys haven't watched that on ESPN, please check that out. But I remember, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say that I'm gonna go, man. But I remember Holyfield was saying that. I'm sorry, Mike Tyson was saying that, hey, I'm vicious, rah rah rah, come to kill you, rip your head off, all of that, rah rah rah, beat my chest, loud, boisterous. He said Evander Holyfield's the same way. He's just like that in the ring, though. He's just as vicious as I am, but he's just like that in the ring. He doesn't show it, but he is exactly the way I am. He just does it when we're in the ring. Is that Joseph Parker? We'll see Saturday. All right, y'all. For y'all that joined me a little bit late, man, go back and enjoy this on archive, man. I'm gonna try to do one more of these videos when Ortiz and Cajono do their weigh in. Um, Definitely doing some post fight vids tomorrow, man. So y'all be easy, man. I appreciate y'all showing up, man. I'm gone.